Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am so glad you're here. Today's date is Wednesday, February 28th, 2024. We're going down a little bit of a rabbit trail today. And the rabbit trail kind of presumes that you either are aware of or accept certain information that is circulating in alt media. I'll explain as we go, okay? And I promise you, I'll go every step of the way down this rabbit trail with you. Okay, the first item is, we are told in the alt media community and those that follow 17, that there are those that we think have passed away who actually have not, number one. And that implies a type of witness protection. Now, the rabbit trail starts with building on that. And part of this is my personal acceptance of this is a definite, strong possibility. And that is that this witness protection program may be something beyond anything that we traditionally consider, including, and I'm not ruling out, safe zones that are behind the ice wall or interdimensional or off-world. And if any of those elements, with the help of benevolent off-world beings who have better technology than we have, is indeed a fact, I also don't rule out the fact that any of those people in witness protection have access to that if the need is genuine. So what if someone was needed to play a role out of witness protection to come in and stand in for someone who's been dealt with via executive order for crimes against humanity? If there's an age difference needed and the technology is there for it to happen, it could. So I don't ever rule out that, oh, it couldn't possibly be so-and-so that we thought was dead because there's too much age difference. This person is younger, older, whatever, doesn't match the age. I don't worry about that. Okay, now, if you do, that's fine. If I'm already losing it, that's okay, it happens. I'll see you in another video, okay? I'm not offended. I'm not offended, but I want to speak my truth and I want to explore items that make me curious. And oftentimes there's others who feel the same. Now, there's not really an age difference here, but again, going back to the fact that we are told that those that we thought had passed on may not have, and that many or hundreds, possibly thousands, are in witness protection. So what if they're needed at some point? You know, a while back, we kind of got a nod from the universe that the person playing Oprah at the was it the Golden Globes, was a patriot that we thought had passed. Well, here's another person that I don't know that we would consider to be a patriot per se, but definitely was speaking out at risk of life and limb about the goings-on in Hollywood back before it was easy to do, and that is Isaac Kappy. Now, people have noticed that there's a similarity between him and the heir to the Rothschild fortune, David Rothschild. I'm going to take you to a short compilation, and then we'll see if the universe wants to confirm any possible connection between that person we thought is gone and David Rothschild. 1 second. Okay, here's a picture of David Rothschild. He is the son of Evelyn Rothschild, who passed away last November. Here is a picture, one of the ones that were from towards the end of his life on this plane of existence publicly, of Isaac Kappy. So people have noticed that there's quite a bit of similarity here. And if there's an age difference, I don't think there's that big one that we're talking any kind of age regression here, but if there is one, like I said, I don't discount it because of that, because I think the technology exists to have someone that's needed to play a role because they have the same facial structure, are able to learn the mannerisms, what have you. I think that age is irrelevant as far as that goes. So I've heard there's like a 30-year regression that's possible. So the Shadow of Ezra, which is a Twitter or X account, had this photo with a nice post about just about who's inheriting. And speculation is rife that the Rothschilds have already been dealt with and their assets actually have been seized via Executive Order 13818. Quick review on that. Going to stop the share. Executive Order 13818 stipulated that anyone found guilty of treason or crimes against humanity, those are the two offenses that are so severe that civilians can be held accountable for those actions in a tribunal type of justice setting, that their assets would be forfeited or seized. Now, I think there's some possibility of that because the Rothschilds have, as I said in a previous video, been liquidating some assets that they wouldn't seem to need to do as trillionaires. And they're dropping like flies. It's even said in alt media circles that, and I'll cover this in another video, a little more detail, that Evelyn was told when to pass away if he wanted to have some sort of a legacy for his family. So that's interesting. All right, but I just want to go to the current speculation. People are noticing that that Rothschild heir seems to look a lot like Isaac Kappy. So let's just ask if there's truth to the possibility that this is that David Rothschild is being played by someone that is on that not really dead list. And if there's other insights or information the universe wants us to know. I'm going to switch the camera. You can watch me work with cards and we'll find out together. Now, I do want this information to be made available to us, free of any veiling or obscuring. But if this video from my little obscure channel would in some way cause danger for someone playing a role like that, then I am going to ask that the universe obscures the information from me. So if it's been obscured by dark hats, if they don't want people to know that they're being dealt with, too bad, so sad. But if it would impact someone's safety who is truly a white hat, I want to get very muddy cards here. So let's see if we get a reading or mud. We'll find out together. Okay. Truth to the rumor that Isaac Kappy is playing David Rothschild and other insights and information. We want the information to not be obscured or veiled by evil, dark hats, whatever. But again, we'll welcome some mud if it would in some way impact the safety of a white hat, or what can be shared and still maintain that safety. We're going to find out together. Okay, we have the 7 of Cups. Very appropriate. 4 of Cups. 9 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles. Lots of Pentacles showing up for a very rich family, huh? We have the 5 of Cups, Magician, and the Tower. Okay, there's no hard yes here, which would have been an ace, but there's indications that this whole scenario of the Rothschilds having certain members pass away and the clout and the fortune is going to so-and-so is kind of part of a military action. That's what I'm getting here. And well, they're being allowed a bit of a legacy and what have you. I'm getting that we're kind of on the right track here in thinking that this family's been dealt with and that there are persons playing persons in this family and in many situations in our world. Okay, so we have the smoke and mirrors here card showing up for what we're asking about. That's why I said that's kind of appropriate. And with the 4 of Cups, that's usually about don't overlook something, that there's some information available to you. Some is still available to you that you might be overlooking. So again, this is kind of a um, check your surroundings and have a wider perspective. And again, by going down that rabbit trail of talking about the witness protection program for notables and people that were put in harm's way by speaking out against evil when evil had more of a stronghold in our world. We've gone down that rabbit hole, and I think we should have. Now let's look here. We've got the near future card here is the the 5 of Cups. So what we're getting, again, we're in the trickle stage, guys. We're getting that the actual outcome of this family, this is a temporary situation. These stand-ins are temporary in nature, okay? And it's part of manifesting this change in our world from dark to light. And then less important from the Magician, because we have 2 major arcanas here that are talking about how this is a temporary situation, okay? And it's one that there's not a lot of happiness about on the part of those that are being dealt with. Understandably, they thought they had a foolproof, permanent fantasy island going on here with our realm of existence. Their power and control was absolute, and that is not the case. We're manifesting change in a very balanced way with access to absolutely limitless means to do so. Again, as our vibration and frequency are improving, and our consciousness is raising, and our earth is ascending and bringing us right along with it. We're coming to the Tower moment, and that Tower moment, I believe, is when the disclosures happen and the real truth is out there, even for those who have been avoiding it, or in denial about it, or just simply so busy trying to survive they haven't had a chance to contemplate some of the things we do in my things like my videos. I'm going to get some more cards, and then we'll see if there's further information the universe wants us to know. But again, smoke and mirrors. So yeah, that he's being played by somebody, but we didn't get a hard yes that it was David Kappy or Isaac Kappy. Again, events are going to be happening pretty fast, bringing about that Tower moment. And when it does, success, absolutely. And again, our world is changing. We got the 2 of Wands here, showing, like a worldview that's changing, and you're ready to go out on a path that's different. And again, this is my card that usually indicates 90% satisfaction. So again, the white hats that are doing these actions, that have had to do them, so many of them in a covert fashion, they're able to be a little more obvious now. And part of that is, again, it's that you name it, you claim it. They're claiming some power over energy that had a stronghold, okay? And they're pretty happy with how things are rolling out. And I think the universe is happy that so many of us are awake and aware that we're considering things that might have seemed like science fiction movies 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and it's not anymore. So good job, humans. We're getting it. We've got a lot of support, including divine and, I believe, off-world. Let's recap. The rabbit trail we followed was talking about the program of witness protection for those who have been thought to be dead, but may actually have gone into a special type of witness protection program, and that would be in service to, ultimately, the White Hats, the Alliance. Names that have been tossed about include Elvis, Princess Di, and John Denver, and many, many others been thrown out there. And we know that I think we've got a nod to that when we investigated the person seeming to be Oprah at the Golden Globes this year, and kind of figured out who that might actually be. And that was indeed someone that was supposed to be gone. So there's speculation in the alt media community that the heir apparent to the Rothschild fortune is David Rothschild, and he has an uncanny resemblance to Isaac Kappy, who was died under suspicious circumstances and was calling out people like Steven Spielberg long before it was accepted in the mainstream, like the Weinstein scandal was accepted. So curious to see if that might be who was, stepping up and on the part of that. We asked the universe. Now, we did ask that with the understanding that we want access to information that is maybe not comfortable to the deep state, but absolutely and always giving permission to the universe if information would be put someone in harm's way. So we asked, is there truth to this? Are there other insights or information the universe wanted us to know? It's pretty interesting. We didn't get a hard yes for a connection between Isaac Kappy and David Rothschild, although there is an uncanny resemblance between the two. We did get a nod to the fact that yes, again, that many, including this very, 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 very powerful dynasty family, have been are being slowly dealt with, if not already completely dealt with. And yeah, so they are having to use stand-ins for them because they have been dealt with, and that's really cool to understand. There's going to be more. There's information like this that's apparent if you stop and think about it. The universe was advising us, you're on the right track. Keep thinking like this. Now, the feelings of the families are getting dealt with. They're not very happy about it. Oh well, so sad. Too bad. Because the white hats, the side that is aligned with the light, the true white hats, okay, the alliance, they've got the ability to now continue to manifest our realm, our plane of existence into what it should have been all along. And it's moving faster and faster. And we are heading towards the near future card showed the Tower moment. Okay, that we're going, that's when the disclosures happen, and we start dealing with truth and consequences of truth rather than lies and consequences of lies as we were born into in this world. Okay, and events are going to be moving fast. Nothing to worry about though. Okay, ultimately, the sun showing up here, which is an ultimate success card, major arcana, beautiful, beautiful card showing that. And as our world changes and we start out on a somewhat different path, but a very much lighter and brighter path, most people are going to be very, very happy with how things change and roll out. So yeah, those executive orders, which extended into civilian lives, and rightly so, because crimes against humanity involve crimes against little ones and things that I can't articulate specifically on this platform. But definitely justice needs to be done, and not in a way in compromised legal settings where people can buy their way out or just simply spend 50 years arguing an outcome. So I'm all for it. Absolutely. Justice that's fair and fast. So it looks like even these big names, even these people that thought they were untouchable, are finding out they're not. And that's why I think we have so many royals and trillionaires who are having issues, health issues, passing away, what have you. We're seeing them start to establish, maybe getting that legacy promise, started, like I think happened with Evelyn Rothschild and others. That's it for this video. I thank you so much for going with me down that rabbit trail as we looked at the possibility that someone we thought was dead was alive and possibly even playing someone who's in the news right now. And as always, I don't take you for granted, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Until next time, I send you love, light, and everything bright if you want it. I hope you do. Bye.